You have to go home, change your phone number, change your address. You got to do whatever you got to do, but there cannot be like a third wheel that you're kind of talking to at 2 a.m. You got a secret passcode, secret emails. You got some DMs you don't want anybody else to see.
We just did the whole video, son.
So we just did the whole video.
I'm pissed.
Without recording.
I'm pissed, man.
Nah.
I feel like his underarm sweating. My shirt wet.
Is it?
Yep.
You just sweating.
See, blame me. Go ahead and blame me. Of course, I'm used to it. Let me go to the right one. Oh, we literally just did the whole video. Like, what? We was done. I'm about to lay down on the couch. I was going to just chill.
I'm about to hop on COD.
That's okay. Come on, y'all. We finna get this in.
All right,
okay.
So everybody, welcome to Johnny and Boy Shizzy, where we doing part 2 of an unrecorded fucking thing that we did. We already tried to, ooh. So this is part 2. With Ken, Pastor Ken, and who else?
Tabitha Clater.
Pastor Ken and Tabitha Clater. All right, about to get into it. You might just do it shorter because I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
She don't want to do it again either. And I like the glasses. You look cute.
Thank you.
Matching.
You look handsome too.
She think she me or something.
All right. We're gonna start it. Okay, let's see. Not prepared.
How you gonna not be prepared? We already did it.
Okay.
No,
Woman, submit to the
love and what God was saying, because it says, men, husbands and wives, submit yourself one to another, first of all.
That's true.
Second of all, it does say, wives, what does it say? Wives, submit to your husbands, respect your husbands, honor your husbands. And then it also says, husbands, this is the part that I like the most, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. He died for the church. So you mean to tell me you love me, husband, with the love that you would die for me, that you would lay down your life for me? Yes, sir, I will serve you. Yes, I will follow your lead because you love me with that kind of love. So I think the Bible also.
So first of all, yes, to all that, I agree with that.
So we used to ask, what does submit mean? To me, in part 1 to part 2, he asked me, what does submit mean to me?
When we did record?
Yeah.
So
unrecorded,
this is part 2,
recorded part 1 of the recorded, part 2 of the record.
This is... Never mind.
Okay, we gonna go.
I'm editing that out.
Okay. You said every time and still keep it. He's so annoying. So to me, submitting is when I put it's a selfless act. So if I'm married, I will put my husband first before me. And then if Sean's married, he will put his wife first before him. That's how I see submit. Because it's more of a taking yourself out of the equation and putting yourself in the other person's shoes.
Right.
And it should be vice versa.
Right.
But if you're not religious, then Sean, what should we do?
I would say not religious. You're not strong religious, or you're just not really religious. You just understand it. It's good to, if you want, go to the church and understand it, because they do got information and good teachings. Even if you don't believe in it, they still got good teachings that could guide you in the right direction. And outside of the church, you have, if you know people that's within work, or people you know, friends, family that has a good marriage, you can ask for advice and basically just get a better understanding and move forward within a relationship that you in. So it's like somebody else that got good marriage going on, family with a good marriage.
Yeah.
You can look at that and use that as a positive image, or you use it as ammunition for somebody. Like, hey, this is what we got to do. I need you on my team. I need you on my team. I need you to realize this is what we're doing. We need to be here.
Agree.
Good ammunition, not for bad things, just for good things. To get shit
A
passed.
woman, there's gender confusion. All of this is basically an attack on the institution of marriage, which was God's idea with purpose and for purpose. So if you nullify marriage, it hinders the family. And if you take away the family, you hinder society.
Absolutely.
And so because Satan is a crazy strategist, he says, okay, if I want to mess up the way that people are, and I want there to be fatherlessness, like on the mission field, we did this one study, and we found out there was some crazy high percentage of people that were incarcerated and people that were homeless came from fatherless homes. I mean, the percentage was like crazy. I mean, it was crazy. Like the majority of them just didn't have a father around. It's the enemy's plan to make women feel like they don't need a man, and a man feel like they don't need a woman, or even to be confused about which one we are and what we play. But God's original intent is that I'm going to bring, it's not.
So his point is saying that, so he think it's the devil, why it's like I don't need a man, because most of the people that's not doing well in life are fatherless individuals, and that's crazy. So he said the devil trying to push that narrative where, oh, I don't need a man because they know they probably won't succeed in life. Chances of succeeding is probably less.
What are you saying? Wait, what?
For people that don't have fathers, they didn't grow up with a father, their chance of being successful is slim because they ain't grow up with a father.
Right.
So that's why he's saying the devil trying to push the women, I don't need a man, I don't need a man. So I guess he's trying to...
And within that, I will add to that, outside of the church, it's more so, you make more money. It's more money to be had when women are single. It's more money, it's more profit, it's more taxes to be taken when women are single, when women have to work. Because you ain't working, we ain't spending taxes. You ain't got to give them tax out of your bread.
Yeah, true.
And they push that narrative that women don't need men, and which is a negative side effect, because you're growing up saying what you don't need. But when you really need the man, or you want the man, but you can't fathom needing him. It's like, you need me. Maybe not for the things that you do every day, but you need me for protection, for the end of life, when there's somebody you need around. Well, I'm just probably cut that out, but I'm just saying, women need men. Y'all push the narrative. People are pushing the narrative that we don't need each other, but at the same time, you need us to have birth. You need us for protection.
So the more
you need us for guidance.
We need y'all and y'all need us.
Yeah, you need us for guidance, and you need us for plenty of other things, just as much as we need y'all for some of those things too. We don't necessarily need y'all for protection, but we need y'all for guidance too. I'm listening to my girl because she helps me out with making smart decisions, and there's some things where she need help out making smart decisions. We need each other.
Agreed.
Not good that man should be alone.
It's not good.
I'm going to make him a helpmeet. So what God does is he goes and he brings from his side, not underneath his feet, but from his side, he brings him a helpmeet.
Come on.
And her name is Eve, and he brings them together. And then he gives them a command in Genesis. He said, go be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. He gives them, so now our covenant of marriage is not just for us to enjoy, it's also to multiply, to build the kingdom of God, to raise up godly children and have a godly heritage. And Satan knows that, so he tries to diminish the value and the reverence that we have. And so right now in society, people are getting into marriage too lightly, and they're getting out of marriage too lightly, because we need to put some respect on it again. And so that's why God says, I hate divorce. And I've learned over the years to hate what God hates and love what he loves.
Wow.
And it's only the creator that can tell you how he created the thing and what it should be, what it should do.
Come on.
And so if God created marriage, I can't go to Dr. Phil or to YouTube or social media to tell me what I should be doing in my marriage. I got to go back to my maker.
To the word.
I got to go back to the word and say, how am I supposed to be a husband? How am I supposed to be a father?
Yo, YouTube saying that.
But that's just like we said though, they coming from the Bible. They talking from the Bible.
Right. On YouTube.
And they are a couple that you just said.
I'm not
Good
saying
example.
that. I'm not saying,
But I
but he
see
just
what you're saying.
contradicted himself. He on YouTube preaching it.
But he
So that's
pretty
a
much
good thing to
saying,
go
like,
on
social
YouTube
media.
for.
He's saying like social media, like, you know, like Instagram, like Me Too movement and stuff like that.
Okay, this is why I have a problem with people like that. It's good things to find on social media. You can find good and positive messages on social media.
Yeah.
Social media. So, but I'm not saying all social media. I'm just saying you can find it.
But
It's there. It might be hard for some people. It might not be. But do not take it out when you're on social media preaching it. It doesn't make sense.
I understand it, but that's not his point. You missed his point. That's another point you're making.
So what's the point?
The point he's making is that if you believe in God, why are you going to the internet? Go to the Bible to see how should a woman be, not online. How should I be to my husband? Or why my husband doing this? Why he doing that? You go to the Bible to get your question answered, and then go to social media. You should be going to the Bible anyway.
You saying not at all.
No, he didn't.
But some people, I would say
Cause
this.
he don't say that.
Some people aren't probably the reading type
It don't
or
matter.
the one that
do
go to the
audio.
Bible. So I'm just saying, but you can go to a source that's comparable to the Bible.
But he's saying if you're that type of person,
What?
go to if you believe that you believe in God, you believe you from God. So I mean you under God's covenant. You should go to the source. If there's already a book on how you need to be, or that should answer all your questions, and you don't get it answered there, that's what he said. Go from the source. So start at the source.
Right. Okay.
So
I'm just saying that for people that need real world explanations and need to see it. Some people reading the book, they can
but it's so many
understand
different
that.
perspectives. You don't even know what's real and what's fake.
Well, that's understandable, but
That's why you
people
should go to the source.
sometimes when people read, sometimes that's not something that stimulates them to do something, to understand. Sometimes they need real world examples. They need to see in mannerisms and people would just understand by looking. Sometimes.
Yeah, but some people know how to separate the two between like what's right and what's wrong, what's right. People trying to get clout or you not trying to get clout. It's hard to decipher. So you go to the Bible and you compare what the Bible saying to what they're saying, and
Right.
that can help you find a good source.
How am I supposed to be a father? How am I supposed to be in this holy communion called marriage? And all of a sudden, you'll put some respect on it and be like, oh my God, this is not just a covenant between man and woman. This is a covenant between man and woman under God, meaning that this covenant involves us three. And I realize that there are people who do not believe in Jesus that are married, and I don't believe you can have the kind of marriage God wants you to have without God being involved. I'm telling you, their marriage is here, and it might look real good on
Absolutely.
Instagram, but if they invite the Holy Ghost into it, it's
Let me go to the other one. I think it's one more session.
Fake muscles.
Close to there.
It's almost like if you have a car accident and somebody's
Triage.
bleeding out, the first thing you got to do is triage, which is basically find the one that you feel like you can save the most,
Yes.
and then make sure the bleeding is stopped. Because if you don't stop the bleeding, you can't save their life. There are certain things in marriage that you have to stop right now. If you want to turn a marriage around, there can't be infidelity. You have to go home, change your phone number, change your address. You got to do whatever you got to do, but there cannot be like
Yep.
a third wheel that you're kind of talking to at 2 a.m. You got a secret passcode, secret emails. You got some DMs you don't want anybody else to see. You're not going to turn around your marriage living like that. You got to make sure that there's no pornography. Pornography is a door that opens up in the spirit, a realm to the demonic that you have to go and admit, like, hey, I got an issue. I need covenanteyes.com. I need accountability in my life. I'm not going to.
What do you think about having covenant eyes on your phone so people don't, so they can get monitored?
Man, I don't want nobody monitor me regardless. That shit. Ain't nobody getting on my phone monitoring shit.
Do you think that affects?
I mean, if it's somebody that's like, got no self control, that like just can't not stop, yeah. Then that's like a person they need to decide that shit on their own. You can't force nobody to do that. That's something that they need to agree to, and you can't really force them to do that. Because they don't decide that, it's not gonna help anything.
Yeah.
And you got people I feel like people can stop. It just, what do they believe in? Like, do they feel like it's a problem, or is this they person that feel like it's a problem? So it's between them two to understand, like, hey, she don't want me to do it, or he don't want me to do it. So I gotta put in my effort. Be like, all right, I gotta cut it loose. Sometimes people don't feel like it's a thing, but some people do. So you just gotta go based off what's more healthy for your relationship.
But for people that's religious, they don't agree with it because it's lusting. And one of the things that you shouldn't do is lust, and looking at somebody sexually is lustful, and it's a sin. It goes against the 10 Commandments, so therefore you can potentially go to hell. So that's how I try to live my life, to not go to hell as much as I can. So I try to limit the things I can control and work on the things I can't control.
You be out there lusting?
What?
You be out there lusting?
There is temptation everywhere. So
you got temptation?
I don't lust because I'm a Christian woman.
Who is he?
I'm a Christian woman.
You at work?
So I don't lust.
You at work?
No, I don't lust. I'm a Christian woman. I only lust after my man. Thank you very much. Like I said, that's one of the things that's not hard for me to do. So, yeah, it's hard. It's easy for me to do because I know that it's a sin to do it, and I already sin the other way. So I just feel like I don't need to keep sinning in all types of ways. Sinning is lying, sex before marriage. Oh, let's not say that. I can't say that. No, please cut that out. Cut that out.
Hard.
It's called fornication. So, all that. So, you want to limit your sins. Do you
Well,
think...
I would say that if you do have problems with doing something and you can't stop, it's more so you gotta think about why is it that important for you to do it. You gotta figure out why do you do it before you can even stop doing something like that. Or even have any addiction or drugs. I feel like people should understand why they do it. Then once you figure out why, it's way easier to stop doing something you used to do. I mean, it's way easier to stop something of that caliber. But it just, you got to be more understanding of your partner, they wants and needs.
Do you, and that's an example of submit, because you putting your feelings aside, or whoever, the person putting their feelings aside, and they putting the other person first. So hopefully the other person will do that for the guy. That's how it should
Hopefully.
work. That's how it should work.
Hopefully.
Are you into anything?
Hopefully.
Are you into? So do you think it destroys intimacy?
I feel like in some people, yeah. Some people no. It depends on what is that. Is it like numbified? Do it like makes you want something different? Or because some people just, I believe it probably makes you want to try new things or try something different. So it just depends on the person, really.
Yeah, it depends on the person. But you can also, that fantasy, what you see online, could be, that's your new norm. So then in your real relationship, if that person is not into that, you gonna think that y'all not gonna have the same norm. Your norm gonna be up here, they norm gonna be down here. So.
And when you watch that shit at a young age, what you used to is already up there. You gonna want every female do something like that, or do something.
Every female, dang, that sounds like that.
I'm just saying, if you used to seeing that, you gonna want everybody else next to do that.
Right. So
that's what I'm saying.
Right. So you putting a fantasy on something that's kind of not normal.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So it's like you doing stuff.
It's like a profession.
Yeah. So it makes it harder to be satisfied with somebody.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but it's like that with everything. If you watching somebody like a couple online, she doing this for her. I mean, he doing this for her woman, and you looking at all that, and then you come back like, you look at the shit that person doing, don't look like shit no more.
Yeah.
You like,
whoa.
You gave me a flower. Give me a Birkin. What is this shit?
Wow, the cursing has to stop.
No.
But I think it's like 30 seconds. I think so.
Open up this door because it will destroy your soul. It will destroy how you look at sex. It will destroy how you look at
that. So everybody, that was part 2. Well, second part 2 because we didn't record the first one, and we had fun on the unrecorded one. We just try to blast through this.
Yeah, we kind of rushed, and I kind of cut him off. I ain't trying to. I ain't doing the first one, so I'm not mean. We was just trying to hurry up and get it out the way, cause it is currently 12:09.
We would have been doing this around. It probably would have been around 2:00 if I would have did the normal stuff.
See, he was with me first today. So y'all, I'm not even a wife.
but thanks for watching. We'll probably do part 3. If not, we probably cover something else next time. Or we probably drop a video or something funny. But
so, comment down below your thoughts on our topics, and comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. And thanks for watching.
So I appreciate y'all for coming, and appreciate y'all. Okay. All right.